Hello, today I'm making a family favorite for my family, and I can't have it because it has wheat in it, so I don't eat this, but it's really good. Just lasagna, been making it for years, and I don't really have a recipe for it, I just make it. So, I'm going to show you what I do. I take a quart of pasta sauce, and first I have my onions, and I just roughly chop them, and I'm going to put them in my pan. And I'm going to let these saute till they're translucent. And I don't put oil in there, I just use water. You could use a little oil if you want. I don't. So I'll take and add my pasta sauce. I can pasta sauce every summer. And I make about at least 40 quarts. And it lasts me all year long, and it's great because I know what's in it. And it's not too hard to can pasta sauce. I taught myself. There's also a class at Georgia University you can take and become, get a certificate for canning, and they'll teach you the processes. This is a water bath. You can, I think you can do it with the pressure can too. I do it with water bath, but as always, you have to know what you're doing because you can get botulism in this, and you cannot taste botulism. So what you do is you have to put some kind of acid in there. I put lemon juice, and I have this great big pan that my nanny gave me, and it is very deep lasagna pan. She gave it to me before she passed away, and I love it because it's so deep. And I add a little bit more tofu to my pasta, and it kind of makes a big full one rather than just a 13 by 9. Makes a smaller lasagna, but this one makes a nice big full lasagna. And with my kids, they're hungry, so they have lots of leftovers. Plus father-in-law, he likes lasagna too, and I take him over lasagna because he can't cook that kind of stuff, so he loves it and I take it to him. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to start sauteing this, and I will be back. Bye-bye. Okay, I want to show you, I am getting ready to add my pasta sauce. I opened it up, and so it's a quart of any kind of pasta sauce you choose. You could do this with regular canned tomatoes or with fresh tomatoes too. And although I spice this some when I can it, and even if I bought a store-bought one or whatever I did, I still like to add some seasonings to this, and I'll probably add some Italian seasonings and some garlic to this. And now I'm over here making some cheese sauce, and I'm making cheese sauce for the lasagna today, and I am starting with a half a cup of cashew pieces raw. Rinse them real good. They're dirty, very, very dirty. Always rinse them. And I get these from Azure. It's a company where you have to get into a co-op, which is real easy. Just call the company, look it up, A-Z-U-R-E. I think it's azurestandard.com. I'm not for sure. Google it. And it's a company based out of Oregon. And you call them, and they have drop-offs everywhere in your area, mostly on the western United States. And here in Montana they have it. I know they have it in California when I lived there. They have it all over Oregon, and it's basically a health food store on wheels, and they have all kinds of stuff from it. And I'm starting with 2 cups of water, a teaspoon and a half of salt, and a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of arrowroot or cornstarch, whichever you prefer, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of yeast flakes. And I always keep frozen bell pepper in my freezer for making cheese sauce. You don't have to have it, but it makes it kind of red, kind of a cheddar-y. I do it with or without, just depends on what I have. And I'm going to blend this. I'm going to blend it real quick in my blend tech. going to be loud. Let's see. Okay, so I did not soak my cashews. I hope I haven't. I've been saying cashews this whole time. If you soak them, if you know you're making it ahead of time, it's better to soak them because then they'll blend a lot easier, especially if you don't have a high-powered blender. Let's see. So I'm just going to put this in my pan. And then there's so much on the edge, I like to rinse and get another cup of water. So I'll rinse my sides and get another cup of water. See, it's kind of, I don't know, I just do that. That's just the way I do it. Okay, so then I'm going to put a whisk in here, and I'm going to stand right over it, and I'm going to start it on medium-high, and I'm going to start stirring because it'll stick to the bottom. It only takes a couple minutes, and it will get nice and thick. Okay, you can see right here I have my big pot right here, over here, the big pot. That it has my water boiling. And then I have my pasta right here, sauce. And I'm going to add, I always like to add, because I don't use Roma tomatoes, I just use regular tomatoes to make my pasta sauce. I like to add, to make it a little bit thicker, a can of tomato paste. Then I'm going to add some parsley flakes. I like to heavily season stuff, so I'm adding a tablespoon. Here's my cheese sauce. It's getting thicker. I'll turn it down in a moment. If you can see it, it is getting thicker. It's starting to get kind of wanting to stick on the bottom. I'm going to put in, sometimes I put 1 or 2 spinaches or tofus in. It just depends. I'll put in 1 spinach, and I think I will put 1 to 2 tofus. Now I'm ready to make my ricotta cheese mixture for my lasagna. There is my drained pressed spinach. And I have my tofu here. I'm going to use 2 bricks of extra firm organic tofu, non-GMO. I'm just going to kind of smash it up. Okay, I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. Just a little bit. Like I said, I heavenly season everything. I come from an Italian family, and my nanny, when she would cook, she'd try to give me a recipe. She goes, I don't know, you just have to smell it. And I know what she means now because I cook a lot, and now I got it. But she would make frittata, and she'd say, I don't know, you just have to smell it. So this smells nice. So there is my ricotta cheese filling for my lasagna. You could even mix some of the cheese sauce in here, or you could mix some of those cheese shreds in here. Just make it your own lasagna. So I will be back when it's time to put everything together. I'm adding some nutritional yeast flakes, about a tablespoon, just to give it a cheesy flavor, add a little bit more cheesy flavor to the lasagna. Just how much you want. And if you've never had yeast flakes on a popcorn, oh my, it is very yummy on popcorn. I love it on popcorn. Here is the ricotta cheese. It's all ready to go. Okay, now it's time to assemble my lasagna, and I have my noodles. They're done and draining right there. They're hot. I have my pasta sauce, a can of olives, my ricotta tofu, and my cheese sauce. So I'm gonna start whip some pasta sauce on the bottom of my pan. Just kind of get it in here so the noodles don't stick to the bottom. And then I'm going to take and start putting, I use these little tongs. These are the cutest little tongs. Found them at the thrift store, 50 cents. Lots of things at the thrift store, brand new looking. So I'm going to, these noodles are hot. Very, very hot. So sometimes I'll rinse them with cold water. I didn't this time. I wanted to show you how hot they can be. You don't want to touch them. They could really burn you bad. Okay, start with your first layer. And then put it in any order you want. I can put a little bit more pasta sauce if I want. You could take and slice zucchini, shred zucchini, put fresh spinach layers on here, just whatever you want. Just dump some of the tofu mixture on here. I'm not too picky about it being perfect. And a little bit of cheese sauce. Some cheesy flavor in each layer. I'm going to mix it. And then I'm going to take and put another layer of noodle. And then I'm going to take a little bit more cheese sauce. Mix that around. It smells delicious. And after this cooks down and you put it in the oven, and even the next day, woo, it really is good. Get the flavors all nice and together. I'm kind of being able to pick it up a little bit easier because they're starting to cool off. Not much though, they hold the heat, especially when you get down in there. Jeez. Okay, I have more. Ooh, yeah, that's very hot. I had a few more pieces, so I'm just adding them to the top. So then I'll take the rest of my pasta sauce. It's good to kind of get it all covered. I like to get it all covered, then you don't get any hard pieces of pasta. And then I take my cheese sauce. Sometimes I like to take and put lines of cheese sauce like this. Maybe I can do it this time. We'll see. Let's see. I like to put a line and a line. I don't have enough room, so it's not happening. Let's see, let me move this. Line. I'm going to show you before I cover it all up. I'll just show you as an alternative. I like to take and go like this. It's not doing it very well because I didn't had the wrong angle, but I like to take and pull those. It makes a nice design, really pretty. So, but you'll still like it just like this. If you don't want that much cheese sauce, you don't have to put that much on. And then I take some olives and I just kind of smash them with my hands. They're one olive. I just put it on the top layer so it looks pretty with olives all over the top layer. And then I'll do it 350 for about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Just depends. Take it out so you can see it. It's kind of brown down there and it just looks very nice and inviting, doesn't it? Okay. Hope yours turns out good. It should. It's kind of a no-fail usually. So I hope I showed it to you very good and you'll like it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.